Hello and welcome. Today we've got Randy Alexander and we are going to be discussing Z-Stack. Now, just before we begin, you can subscribe to our Telegram channels and to nicholasveniamin.com for my free email updates. And I have a new email system. We're transferring to the new system. And that's why some of you may not be receiving my old newsletters. Don't worry, just subscribe to nicholasveniamin.com or nickv.tv. It's a new platform. We're moving to a new system. I was also going to say, if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, I will leave the link below in the description for the full interview, unless, of course, myself and Randy can choose our words wisely, which hopefully we will. Randy, thank you for joining me. How are you, sir? And what have you been up to?
Well, I'm really good. And by the way, since it's Valentine's Day, and I want to wish you and your viewers a happy Valentine's Day. And if I may, I'd like to wish my wife, Carol Alexander, a special Valentine's Day. If it hadn't been for her, I wouldn't have made it through the cancer, I don't think. She gave me a reason to live and be focused. And but today, I've been busy looking at how we can help people. And something that I have been using, and of course, with the project, the Solid Science project that I call it, I use a product, I evaluate it. And if I think it's really what it's supposed to be, what it's hyped up to be or marketed to be, I want to tell people about it. And I'm trying to get people away, trying to give them hope and keep them away from big pharma as much as possible. Nature has health remedies that do work, Nick. They really do. And we're trying to also shed light on new products and services that people just aren't aware of that will help them. And we're going to feature, things that actually work, that helps humanity. And of course, we've talked about this before. That's what we're trying to do. But today, we're going to talk about Z-Stack. I'm going to go into it from the standpoint of a product. Usually, I don't do that. But today, people, if they have not heard of Dr. Vladimir Zelenko, MD, I want the world to know about him. Truly, this man is a hero. He is not a hero just in the United States, he's a hero worldwide. If you recall, during the current crisis that we've been having for the past 2 years, he came out and came up with recommendations and came up with the Zelenko protocol, which allowed doctors and individuals to get a remedy other than, the jab do. And I think that's what you call it.
Exactly.
And so, and there was something out there that was there to help people that, and wasn't going to make, who a ton of money. And he is the gentleman, the doctor, who got with Mr. T and got to him during the very beginning of the current crisis and told him about the natural elements that were available at very, very low cost that would help people. And Dr. Zelenko treated in his practice in upstate New York over 7,000 people. No one died. And he did it despite the pharmacies wouldn't give him the ingredients that were so controversial, that were natural. That the Lancet came out and said this was, going to hurt people, and come out to be fake news. Of course, it was very disappointing. But he came out and he was steadfast. He was steadfast in his determination to help people. And I think this man, if like I said, if people don't know who this man is, I want you to do the research on him. He's incredible. He's been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize for his work in developing protocol with a natural remedy, natural vitamins that actually will help people deal with the problems that we were having in the last couple of years from the health standpoint. And it's very, very, very important. I have actually, and also Dr. Zelenka wrote, and I'm going to show this to you here because it's peer reviewed. And things that you put in your body, you got to make sure that there's some science behind it. That it's not just something that somebody says, take this and you're going to be fine. And, we see how that's working out. It ain't working out too good for a lot of people. And unfortunately, there's been a lot of people who have left us that shouldn't have had to. But he is, in fact, he was designated at his committee hearing, a Homeland Committee in Washington, as a hero. The politicians in Washington calling somebody else a hero, that's totally amazing. He was consulting with White House. He has been, he is a board certified physician. He's got 100 different citations of peer-reviewed, highly, highly credible experts in the world of microbiology and medicine and science. He is on this earth, in my opinion, to help humanity. He really is. And what I'm going to talk about is of course, the Z-Stack. Now, it's got 4 ingredients. And it's very, very important because these ingredients can be found over the counter, but he's made a formula that's a lot less expensive. The formulary is actually just ideal for a patient that would be able to take this with a great deal of confidence and be able to, in fact, enjoy the health benefits of what this will provide. Now, I am dancing around a little bit here because I don't want to have us censored. I want us to get as many people to be aware of this product and this gentleman. But quercetin, it is a natural substance found in fruits and vegetables, and it's an anti-inflammatory, and it has a strong antioxidant properties. Now, with cancer, I've heard that word anti-inflammatory a billion times, and it makes a lot of sense. And in fact, this particular product helps people. It's a prophylactic, actually. It actually can help people who, like myself, who I'm in remission of cancer, and I'm hoping it doesn't ever come back. Unfortunately, it could come back. It has a high probability of coming back. So I'm doing everything I can to be as healthy as possible, and without going in and getting all the side effects of all the medications. Now, the other thing is zinc. Zinc is something that I'm sure a lot of people have heard. And if you go into a health food store, you're going to see these products. You're going to see zinc, vitamin C, and vitamin D3. Vitamin D3 is very important. And my doctor is always harping on me, Randy, your vitamin D is way down. Take more vitamin D. Well, you get that from being in the sunshine. And if you're not, when I grew up in Florida, I had a lot of vitamin D. Right now, I'm older, and I stay in the house a good bit, and because I can't get too much in the sun. But vitamin D is very, very critical. So you got quercetin, zinc, vitamin C, and vitamin D. And the zinc is I heard this described as the zinc in this particular product is designed that it kind of shoots like a bullet into the cells of the health issue that is facing us, and it helps destroy those cells, and then so they won't replicate. Now that's very important. So if you've got something that is in fact a barrier for between you and your immune system, which the immune systems, everybody should be working on their immune system. These four ingredients here, the quercetin, the zinc, the vitamin D3, and the vitamin C, is very essential to good health. And if you have these ingredients and you're using them, you're going to be a whole lot better off. A whole lot better off. Look at all of the products on the market for cold and flu. It's tremendous. It's billions and billions of dollars. What did we do before there was big pharma? What did we before there was pills all the time? Well, there were remedies. There were, grandma had remedy for this, remedy for that, and great grandma said this and take this. And it's true because those were the things that were handed down, especially if anyone has ever looked into the medicinal science of the Native American Indians. It's tremendous what they knew and what they used. And and they thrived during that point from their health. And so this, what it does is it helps you to stave off the bad that's going to make you sick. And it's peer reviewed. This is very scientific. Like I said, there's over 100 citations. Those are recommendations, or there are acknowledgments by the medical community that this is real. This is not pie in the sky. This is not marketing. This is real. And my personal experience was Carol and I decided we're not getting a flu shot. We're not getting it. And I haven't had one in the last few years. When we did get them, we always got sick. And when I was in the military, they made us take the flu shot. And every time I got it, I didn't feel too good. And so I told Carol, I says, let's look at this. And she's not one just to pop a pill. She don't like them anyway. But she says, let's try this. And so we did. And I will tell you, one time we both came down with the sniffles and the cough and the congestion and all that. And we took this as recommended with this. And again, it's a vitamin. It is a vitamin. And I'm not saying it's a medication, and I'm not going to say it's going to cure anything or it's going to prevent anything. But my personal experience is I felt a whole lot better, and I didn't have to rush down to the corner drugstore to get all kinds of other products to try to stave off and Kleenex and cough drops and cough syrup. So there's something to it. And personally, and again, this is because I used it. I know for a fact that this is something that's good for people. And there's nothing in it that is going to, I just do not see anything that would give a reaction to anything for a person, taking this product. But it's made in the United States. It's made in USA. And I've been talking to Dr. Zelenko's partner. Very, very nice man, very interesting man. And you can tell right away the motive for this product being on the market. It is because, and again, I said, going back, I usually don't promote, quote, a product. I promote the science. And this has got the science, but also Dr. Zelenko, who created the Zelenko protocol that's world famous. It's world renowned. We need to understand what's been behind this and what this man has been through to be able to keep getting the word out and to help people. And Nick, you and I have talked about this many times. We do this because we want to help humanity. We want to help people. You do a great job of that. And I hope I'm having some way of doing that as well. And so you can find this. And also, I'd recommend anyone, there's going to be a link below, Nick, where you can find this product. And there is the the what Dr. Zelenko wrote is very famous. It's called Zinc Ionophores Optimism for the Immune System. Optimism. You know, it goes back again, like we've said, it goes back to having a strong immune system. And we've got so much that is working against us with having a healthy immune system. And everything from, of course, the nutrition, everything we're over inundated with clean chemicals. Our air is, there's problems there, you know, the water, you really don't know unless you've really got a good filtration system underwater what it is that you're drinking. There is so much that's in everything that we consume on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
let's talk a bit more about the Z-Stack. Are you getting feedback, by the way? I think, let me just check because I just heard some feedback there. Just give me one moment.
I'm good.
So you can you hear me all right, Randy?
Yes, yeah? Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Sure.
So let's talk a little bit more about Z-Stack, about who would take it, and when do you take it, and what is it primarily good for?
What I would take, I'm taking it 2 capsules or 4 capsules a day. And I usually took it in the morning, 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening. Now, it's something that you don't have to have a meal with it. It's not heavy on your system, you know, so that is very, very important. Of course, I've cut way back on medications, but there's some medicines you just make sure you have food with it. But everybody should be taking it. Everybody, the young, the middle-aged, the old. I'm not going to say like me, because I think I'm still middle-aged.
Yeah. Please.
Yeah, and also there's something, he has the product coming out for children, and it's a gummy form. And, you know, gummies, if I could take a gummy, I like gummies when, you know, probiotics and things like that. I like that. But they've got a product that's coming out for children. And one of the things, Nick, is that you've got these people that have been given the jab due. They are, and
we won't be using that term. I'm going to have to mute that.
Oh, okay. Well, we're working.
There's side effects coming out from this jabadoo's.
Exactly. Exactly. And so this seems to have a great deal of importance for staying healthy. And, you know, we're living in such a turbulent time. It's an interesting time, but it's very turbulent. And people think logically. I think people have heard that before, but they really need to think logically and do the research and look into what it is that they decide to put in their body.
Right. And Randy, let me ask you, you know, where does it come from? And is it 100% natural?
It's 100% natural. It is. And it's made in the United States. And the company that has the product is in South Florida. And what I can find is that they're above reproach in every way. And, you know, I'm just not going to go on a show like yours that reaches hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people and say, oh, this is the great product, try it, do it. It's got to work. It's got to work. My name means something to me. And I want people to be able to know about this and to get it and use it instead of having stuff that may not be as healthy for them as they think, Nick.
Well, what I'll do, Randy, is I'll leave a link below so that people can find it. They can read more about it, and if they want to look into it and maybe even ask you questions, they can do that too. But just before that, can you just go over the research and data of this product, if you can?
Yes, this particular peer-reviewed study was done in June of 2021. It's very recent, and he has been, of course, under the microscope by a lot of people who don't want this word out, and but he just keeps. He's very direct. This man is very, very direct. If you've ever seen him, you've seen him. He will tell you, and he doesn't mince words. And he's very clear, he's very precise, and his words are very few, but they're powerful. And he thinks things through. And that is, he's not about hype, he's about science. He's a medical professional. And I would love to meet him. And Nick, I'd love for him to be on your show. I really would, because he would generate tremendous interest for you. Now, this program, one of the things that that the respiratory, it helps prevent antiviral reaction against the current problem that we've been having. So it stops it dead in its tracks. Now, I could go into a lot of detail and big fancy words and everything. Don't have to. 40,000 foot, look down on overview is, this is natural, it's peer reviewed. It works. He has saved thousands and thousands of lives with his work and his protocol. And people need to look at this protocol and they can pretty well understand it. And it goes into very simply to the 4 ingredients that I talked about: the quercetin, the vitamin, the zinc. Zinc is just really critical, and the vitamin C and vitamin D3. And vitamin C is something that everybody needs. And I have to watch it because I have iron overload. In zinc, vitamin C, if I drink juice or orange juice or something like that, it helps to assimilate the storage of iron. But the amount of what I'm seeing here in the products, and I'll give you the amount of what's in the product itself, is very interesting, because if you went to the vitamin store, you could buy a bottle of zinc, you could buy a bottle of vitamin C, you could buy a bottle of vitamin D3, you could get quercetin and everything. That's a popular thing right now. Everybody is that, and elderberry juice is that 25 milligrams of zinc one time a day, 5,000 IUs of vitamin D one time a day, vitamin C, 800 milligrams one time a day, and the quercetin, 500 milligrams one time a day. Now, if you went on this is very, and it's formulated. The formulary is balanced. So it's professionally done. So you're not like, oh, do I take 2 pills or take 1 pill? And then all these products do add up. They add up. And you go to a health food store, that's kind of an expensive place. It's healthy for you as your body, but it's not also healthy for your wallet.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying it's much more convenient financially, and also the 4 ingredients that are concentrated and important are compacted in one form, if you like.
Exactly. And you have just summed it up eloquently. And that's why you do such a good job, because you do that very, very well. But the paper is not real long. It's pretty straightforward, and it shows some of the graphs. It shows some the results that had versus a placebo effect versus the actual use of the product or the quercetin and these 4 ingredients, whether it's in their Z-Stack product or not. These items, if you have these, take them, because it's very important for your immune system. And going back to this whole thing from the very beginning, I looked at this and said, wait a minute, okay, we've got all this problem. We got all this stuff that we're supposed to take and all these jabadoos and everything. No one's talking about your immune system, how to eat healthy. And how to eat healthy is not easy because, you need to eat organic whenever possible. And if you get your products, your food from a good, reliable source, hopefully, it's going to be good for you. And also one of the things you got to be real careful of is that when you do have fresh fruits and vegetables, clean it good, but you don't just run it through water. Remember Heather with probiotics, the spore probiotics. That's an excellent cleaning. It's an excellent cleaning product for that. But you have to eat good, and I have to admit, I am not the best person diet. I have done the best diet. I love sugar. Oh, I'm going to be around all kinds of good stuff today. I'm going to try to say no, because I'd rather have my health than I'd have this cancer coming back. And that's a very scary proposition. And with this, when you said who should take it, everybody should take it. And it is for adults and even with the children. But the children, he's coming out with the gummies. Children like that. And that's a really wonderful invention. But, looking at this, there's no one that should not take it. Everybody should take it. And it's going to be something that we've gone from natural products, remedies, things that actually worked, okay? And we were brainwashed, quite frankly, into taking it being convenient to take a. Let's take a pill, and it's going to, and it doesn't work that way. There are side effects to some of the things that people are taking. Mm-hmm. And I don't see anything in here that says that has caused any side effects. And that is very highly important.
Absolutely. Well, Randy, I would love to leave the link below. Like I mentioned earlier, people can read about it. They can do their own research. Thank you very much for sharing that with us. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to the viewers before we finish?
Yes, I would, Nick. Was someone who last year was sick in bed for 7 months, and I'm back and trying to make a difference in the world and trying to help people. Life is very short. It's very precious. And as you know, as you've seen on a daily basis, the problems and the horror stories we've seen about people and their health. Take the time, people that you love and love you, to say that you love them and to show it. And I always don't do that, and I regret it. That's what I want everybody to take the time, have a good life, smell the roses, and love those who love you.
Well, that's wonderful. Thank you very much, Randy. Thank you. And we'll speak again very soon. God bless you.
God bless you, Nick.